frozen by the truth, the one you never warmed up to. So many neighborhoods change as time do. Memories evolve, nostalgia plays its role. Either it's peace or haunts. What once was the present, now we're past in your thoughts. This is the location, Elizabeth Avenue, Elizabeth, where in the first season, Sopranos, the restaurant, I got an insurance job, it exploded, caught on fire, and I was in the show. And this is the area, the port. Elizabeth Port. And we go here. I made that left from 1st Street. Where's this place called? My uncle and aunt and cousins used to live here on this street. You know, the Nimitz. Butler, hi, Butler shit. Can't believe I forgot it. Right there. This house wasn't here. It was a big lot, and there was a spot here. There was another kid that used to play, used to say some stuff. I don't know, but it's whatever right now. And I think my brother's so-called, cousin, whatever, bought a T-Bone. It was something there. He bought his ticket for, the 20 million lottery. At least that's what I remember. And this was, N. Lottie's house. This is Gorney and Gorney. There's a couple funerals here. This kid, Peter Tchaikovsky, he moved to Florida, has a business in Florida. He still lived down the block on the 2nd Street, and his mother died in like 99. I remember that was the last time I think I came to his funeral home. But yeah, Lottie's house was over here, and Lucas, he lived in the attic there for like a couple of years. He worked at the gas station. It's not a Valero. There was some other gas station there. He worked there, and I guess he knew the mechanics next door. They gave my mother like a discount or some stuff. Something like that, But yeah, it's this is Elizabeth Avenue. When he walked all the way from Rollway, which is 7-8 miles, he walked through here. I remember feeling a sense of that. And he walked to the Nimitz house. He saw Adam Nimick there playing. He was trying to talk to him, and Don over got scared. Adam, I think, ran away or something like that. Like a typical punk. He wasn't gonna scare him. But yeah, just there's so many memories here. Sometimes I drive through the streets and they just play over in my mind. It's how can I not feel something? It's and also I was just thinking earlier. Even now, neighborhoods change. Streets are the same. Business come up. Different business. Some business stay, but it's like I imagine. Anyway, there was a Polish butcher right here. Now it's a liquor store. And we used to always buy. A cat named Grosha. Alright, go ahead. And my mom would still buy her turkey meat, just for her. So she still like that, and other cats as well. But yeah, this is Elizabeth Avenue. Usually we would turn left. This was a bank. I think my brother made an account there. Then they closed and they called me, but I couldn't get there. Some people got in my way. Just so odd, I remember that bank. I was trying to find it years ago, but it's a lot of dead ends. No one wants to, talk to me about that. And this is, the known Ave, the Elizabeth Avenue. There's a liquor store here. I was like 18, 19. And these guys, I don't want to put on a spot. They were cool as hell. And actually, no, these are the Indians. I used to forget I was drunk and I go in there like, my friend, I told you no more. He never even sold me. I was like, I thought you were the other side. Right here, these guys. Jim's probably Latino right now. I never told you to come here. There's a gas station here. That's a Dunkin' Donuts. There's a gas station here. This is I remember in senior high school, I was doing coke actually. This kid Lonnie lived over. He was a coke dealer. I just started getting into coke, and I started selling corns and Newports. I went in there, and the guy gave me I'll buy cheap for you so I could get some coke back. So it was fucked up. I didn't know why I was messing around with that. I don't even like that stuff, but you get hooked on it. You get some joy. A rush to the fucking head. Your heart start pumping. It's adrenaline. So you get into that, then you realize, man, I shouldn't be touching that shit. But it's some juvenile shit you do. Eventually, grow out of it. Let me see. This is 5th Street or South 5th Street. All right, bro. This is so much change. If you look at this, this is a little bit. Look at that's that's stucco, I believe. like the front interface and siding. I mean, this is a beautiful house, and a 2-car garage, but it's under the house. They started doing that decades ago, years ago, and it's safe space, and it looks beautiful, But there's old houses. This is the neighborhood change, as far as houses getting built up. And look at the fence they have. That is unbelievable. That's gorgeous. That's Baton School. It's an elementary school. It was like a couple blocks away from my house on Loomis Street. Is it Loomis or Rankin? I always forget. These kids that still live there, I call them kids, that's how it's just called. Paul and Raymond. Raymond used to draw. Eventually, he drew like something in front of that Baton School, but it was just like too much drama, too much hatred, amongst them. So we grew apart. The last time I really saw them was like when I got my license. Paul over there came over my house, and later I picked up Raymond and I dropped him off somewhere. I was like, yeah, anytime, but we never really talked that much, this and the other thing. This is Christopher Columbus School 15. I went here from 3rd to 5th grade. I used to be they said, I don't know what the term is. This is where Lonnie lived, on South 5th Street. He used to stand there, he used to hustle here at night. But anyway, I used to hold the door over there, and I had this like orange belt and a badge, and you show up early in the class, and you would open the door for the other kids, and you would hold the door to everybody in. There was a bell, and you would go to your regular class. There's so much memories here. This chick, I believe Susie Milano, lived down that block. I think she lived there with her brother. I remember her brother and stuff. We didn't talk too much, but I think he played soccer. I think he played football, was his friend. I think it was his friend, and it's like, I was on the Italian, they were all Italian, these guys, Like the second year I played soccer in Bayway, but it was just like, it's just so many memories. And right over there at St. Anthony's, a couple blocks away from, School 15, my mom would drop me off over there, but, a lot of times I walk back from school and it's just so close. It's, it's so, and this kid, Eric Porter's lived here on this corner. On this corner, he lived here in that apartment, like in 6th grade. I remember driving through here, and he would always stand out in the morning. He would say what's up to me. It was just like, we weren't that close. There was drama beef. I didn't have too many problems or issues with him. But then in 6th grade, I found out he took somebody's life at a train station for a couple dollars. Him and his friends were robbing people, and he pulled out a knife and started stabbing the guy. I think it was like a Jewish kid or something. He was like 18, 19, I don't know. He was a younger guy, and his dad, I think, had a warehouse this kid worked in. I'm not entirely sure, but that was a murder 1 charge he caught. And then at 18, he got released, and he got in my car. I was driving on the same street. This kid Lonnie was in there. By the way, that's St. Anthony's. We had recess over there in that field. Anyway, they got in my car, and it's like, Eric didn't even introduce himself. I didn't know who he was. I mean, I kind of recognized him, I kind of didn't. It was just awkward. And then they, dropped him off a couple blocks, and, it was just fucking weird, man. It's like, I don't know, they blame me for some shit. I don't fucking know. I just, I felt something for years, and it's like, if something happened, we could have talked about it. But, he knew Amber Birdsall. There was a whole drama with her. Years later, she started stalking me, pretending like she didn't even know who he was. Like she never, went to School 15. It just took a lot of my fucking life. So every time I drive here, I have these memories. This corner store, when I went to St. Anthony's, we would go in there. They changed it up. It was like a cornerstone, and I would buy like Arizona iced tea. I started loving Arizona iced tea. It was like, it was still $1, I believe, or something like that. And it was just a big, gigantic freaking, a tub of Arizona. It was so cool. Yeah, let's just go. And this is, if you go through here, you'll go Elizabeth High School. It's Elizabeth, it has like roughly 300,000 people last time I checked. It really stays the same, over 300,000, but I mean, schools, I live in this area, I could have just, if I went to this high school, public high school, I could have just walked to school, or, not that, but the road's closed, that's why. Guys, Elizabeth High School right here. Alright, this guy really wants to make a left, but he doesn't see that, he has to get the intersection first. Anyway, I never even, walked through these doors, I believe. Actually, no, I did on the other side, but it was to take an SAT test, you know, in 99, my senior year. The second time I took it, and I still got like, you know, 1,080. I broke 1,000 twice, and I was disappointed. I wanted to like 1,300, but then I was like, fuck, I'm going to community college. Why am I swearing it? Pearl Street. You know? There's Route 1 and 9. There ever known Route 1 and 9. North and South always gets congested. My Rids over there flies over there with his car. He got caught one time, and he said, you know, he was drunk, and the cop let him go with a warning or something. He was going like 80 on that. It was kind of funny. That's funny, bro. Like, you know, like how you get caught? He drives fast, he slows down. He's like, you gotta wait till the station. He stutters. You know, there's Trinitas. You know, one of the campuses, when they take you in, like from Rollway, you know, they take me here, and they always pull up over here on an ambulance. You walk out, you get some process, and you stay in there for like a day or 2 days was the longest. You know, with little water and like little food. You know, and then they take you to the other campus. And this is St. Mary's. This is went to high school from 95 to 99. Yeah, there was a whole thing they were saying that, you know, Archdiocese of Newark, you know, they didn't have money for the school, so some bank gave them like $100,000, and supposedly they stayed in business, you know. So they do, and I think they changed their name or something like that, but you know, this building was not here. This is a parking lot for St. Mary's students, you know. As a senior, you had to like, at the beginning of the year, you had to ask permission for the parking lot. You could park. I always parked on that side street. So at the beginning, I drove Ford Temple. It was a 91 Ford Temple. I used to park here. And I got a couple, you know, parking tickets, because it was like I couldn't park anymore. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be late for class. But honestly, I'm like, fuck, you know, it's like $20, $30. I should have just fucking, you know, drove around and parked somewhere else. You know, I had a license when I was a what? Like fucking junior in high school, probably sophomore even. I had a permanent sophomore, you know. I didn't have a mustache or a goatee, so I felt like a little kid. I didn't even have the senior sweat. I was gonna buy it, but I missed it, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna buy some smokes with that money, like a couple dollars. And it was like, I had a job and I had money in the bank account. I was like an idiot. I should have got that senior sweater, but at the end, it really didn't matter. And this is Michelino's. You know, they have another place in Rollway. I don't know how they're here, but they're very rude over there. They clown, they joke around too much. They burn the pizza over there, so I never go in there. I don't mess with those fucking people, but people from St. Anthony's would, you know, or St. Mary's rather, would walk here for like, you know, for their pizza and stuff like that at lunch break. Some would walk to Burger King. I would eat in school. It was too much time to walk, you eat. By the time they get your food in, the lunch is already up. And then we find the new Court Plaza or Court over there. I've never been there on the corner, you know, because, you know, there's a lot of, you know, the crime going on with this, so they need another building. And there, I believe, is a Union County jail. Yeah, I was there for like, you know, a couple of hours, and then they took me to Essex from Elizabeth all the way north to Newark, and then they took me a day later. They took me back here actually, and then I walked from there to freaking Rollway. And it's St. George Avenue, which always gets congested even at this time of day.